What's up, everyone, and good morning. Today is a very special day, and I wanted to make this reaction video to give you guys my first impression of the new movie that I've been waiting too damn long for. It's been a long time in the making, a long time coming. I am too damn excited for Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage. For those of you who don't know me, my whole gimmick and everything about me has always been centered around Carnage. I'm a huge Carnage fanatic, as you can tell. And as you really can tell, everything I do has been centered around Carnage, or has been themed with Carnage in some way. Even my own avatar, Carnitas the Pichu, he's literally wearing a Carnage costume. He's my favorite character of all time. He stood out to me. I first saw Carnage in the Spider-Man animated TV show back from the 90s, where when Venom comes back and they're having to deal with Dormammu, Carnage is the one that's giving souls to Dormammu to power him up to get him over into the other world. And it's always been my favorite moment in the series. Everything about Carnage was just so cool. He's sick as hell to me, and I'm so excited. You guys have no idea. And so I wanted to share this moment with you guys. I'm too excited. Like everything I'm thinking about is just, it's too awesome. All right, guys. Go.
I say either, you say either, I say neither, and I say neither, either. Let's call the whole thing off. Ta-da! Catch up.
Excuse me?
Yummy.
Good evening, Eddie.
Hey, Mrs. Chen.
Good evening, Venom.
Function how, Mrs. Chen?
Hi.
I like the song choice. Shit.
Because you and I are the same. Every decision we ever make. Who do we leave behind?
Oh fuck.
How do we leave?
Oh fuck.
Waiting in the darkness.
There she is. Oh shit.
Never comes. Welcome back, Eddie Brock. It's been a long time. Miss you so much. Soon come chaos.
Oh, it's sick as hell.
Chaos soon come.
Oh.
The chocolate delivery hasn't arrived yet.
No!
We had a deal.
What's gonna happen? You gonna stop protecting me?
I am happy to eat, Mrs. Chen.
No, you cannot eat, Mrs. Chen.
What?
Nothing?
We gotta watch that shit again, man. We gotta watch it again. This ad needs to hurry the hell up, though, chat. I mean, straight. I don't even know at this point, but fuck, man. Oh my god, we gotta watch it again. We gotta watch it again. We're gonna break it down. Okay, so this part, the voice is a little off. I don't know if Tom Hardy's struggling with the voice, but it's funny.
I say neither, and I say neither. Neither, neither. Let's call the whole thing off.
Yeah, Venom has to eat like 3 times as much food, so he just makes everything.
Excuse me.
Bro,
Yummy.
the music choice is pretty interesting. I'm actually okay with this. Two could be as bad as one.
Good evening, Venom.
Function hall, Mrs. Chen.
He says hi.
I've been thinking about you. Because you and I are the same. Every decision.
So, Venom's acting like still the same type of hero that they teased at the end of the film, where he's still technically an anti-hero. He's not afraid to eat the victims, which I'm okay with. Venom victims of Cletus Cassidy. Okay, so
We leave behind. And how do we leave them?
Ravencrest is the mental asylum that Carnage is at.
In the dark.
No. Okay, so right here, this is Shriek. There's no way this is not Shriek right here. I know Shriek is gonna be in the movie. She was leaked and said that she is in the movie months ago. This is her. This has to be Shriek.
Darkness. With the rescuer who never comes.
Huh, that's a Spider-Man teaser.
Come back, Eddie Brock. It's been a long time. Miss you so much.
I'm just gonna point out they never teased how he gets the symbiote, which I'm just so happy they didn't do. Because in all honesty, the real reason how Carnage becomes into existence has always been a little cheesy and tacky. So I'm hoping they do something a little bit cooler. And I have an idea for it, but I'll let the movie trailer continue first. Shriek. Okay, go back. There's Shriek. That is for sure Shriek. I'm just also gonna point out these tendrils, they're not the bloody red like they normally would be. They look almost like liquor from Resident Evil. They almost look like the liquors like red, that muscle tony red. So it's kind of strange, but I get why they're going for it. Comes Carnage. He still has black. He still has the black detailing. Look, if you notice right there on his hand, if we go forward just a little bit, you could kind of see it right here. But that is the black tendril pieces that Carnage normally has. So they still have it. Oh, fuck. So he looks. So instead of going for the crazy mutated look that Carnage normally has, traditionally Carnage almost has this. Carnage has always been unique in the sense that Carnage has sort of a different body compared to Venom, whereas Venom has a lot of like smooth, and he looks just more like a suit, and he has the Venom logo. Carnage has always been more mutated, and you can see his tendrils and his veins and his stuff kind of flowing out of him, and he's constantly just tendrils constantly flowing in and out of him. This Carnage, instead of being like that, it's a little bit more like Venom, where it's a suit still, has some of the black tendrils, but the actual tendrils themselves are constantly lashing out. They look crazier, which fits the character very well. They gave him a tongue, a pretty sharp looking tongue right here from what I can tell. It looks like his tongue's gonna be extended, which I've never been a big fan of Carnage having a tongue. That's more of a Venom thing, but it looks pretty sick from this lighting. this shot right here, we get more details, and you can still see some of the black tendrils pieces that are part of him. He still looks crazy, and he's smiling, which I'm all for, because Carnage is supposed to be crazy. He's supposed to be this maniac character who's just having a damn good time, and I really like how he looks so far. I wish he was a lot more red. I get what the design is going for, though. It's a more chaotic looking Venom. He looks crazier than Venom, which I'm all for. I'm not sure how I feel about this mouth yet. We need to get a little bit closer to it. The eyes look really good. The eyes are pretty accurate, but the mouth, normally Carnage's mouth is like already connected to his jawline. It doesn't really have a it doesn't act like a normal jaw, whereas normally a jaw is kind of like you have the lips here, and then you have the teeth down here in between it, like another layer underneath. Carnage mostly it's all one layer usually. It's, you know, mouth and then straight into the teeth here, and he just looks crazy. It's, you know, it's supposed to stretch out, it's supposed to look a little nuts for him, which in this picture it kind of looks almost like it here at below, but the teeth are thin. They look they don't look like they come from him directly, like from the skin. They look like they grow in, like their normal set of jaws, which normally I'm not for that personally, but I'll let it slide for now because my bias is kicking in, and god damn, I love this so much. It's just too exciting, man. Everything about Venom 2 I'm already happy with. They're still going for that lighthearted, or I'm sorry, not lighthearted, but more like comedic overtone, but having a dark world. I'm okay with that. I get it. It's Venom. It's edgy. Venom screams edginess. The guy literally was helped designed by the guy who made Spawn, Seth MacFarlane, I believe is his name. Come on, it has to be edgy. They're from the 90s. Edgy is literally Venom and Carnage. It's just too damn good, and I'm really too damn happy, man. Like, I've been waiting 20 years to finally see Carnage come to the big screen, and Woody Harrelson as Carnage is great choice. He fits the role pretty well so far. We didn't hear if Carnage spoke. That's one thing we didn't hear. They also make it seem like Carnage is smart, which is a little different because Cletus Cassidy isn't smart. Cletus Cassidy's an idiot. He is actually born to do one thing: to kill. He's otherwise just a stupid idiot. But that's what makes him great. It fits his character role rather than being this crazy mastermind like the Joker, for example, which a lot of people tend to say that he is very Joker-like. He's actually not. He's very stupid. Joker is really methodical, plans things out. He has this secret events, right? Carnage is, I'm just here to kill everyone. Like, that's Carnage. And there's been so many different moments in the comics. Even when he became a hero for a small time, he still was an idiot. and I'm okay with that. That's Carnage. That's him. That's who he is, and I love it. But for this movie, it almost feels like he's not Cletus Cassidy from the comics. He's this version of Cletus Cassidy who is a little bit more methodical. He has like this belief in life almost. He's not just pure psychotic, evil, where he shows up and he's just like, I want everyone dead. It seems like he's methodical about his processing. Where there is chaos, there will be carnage. And I don't know how I feel about that yet, because I don't want them to be just like, here's Cletus Cassidy and not capture his character entirely. I really don't want that. I felt that Tom Hardy did a good job impersonating a newer version of Eddie Brock. I think this version of Eddie Brock is really good, because he's just a guy who's really been down on his luck. Shit has not been good to him. Life has not been good to him because of his mistakes. Karma came back and bit him in the ass, and then he bit him in the ass, maybe even worse with Venom. And then you get Carnage now, where it's I get worried. As a fanatic of Carnage, I get a little worried seeing it, and I'm too excited, man. And I also, the other thing I wanted to point out is just like Carnage's lore, like how he became the symbiote. Most of the time most of the time Carnage has always had like the same backstory. It never really changes like entirely. There's only been 2 changes that are like pretty huge in the Carnage like backstory rebooted universe, where usually Carnage is formed. The traditional way is that Carnage is formed from the blood of Cletus Cassidy and the spawn of Venom, being the son of Venom, perfectly mixing with each other and forming Carnage, forming the perfect, parasite and host connection that Venom talks about in the previous movie. That's what Carnage is. He is literally the perfect host with each other. They're so chaotic and destructive that they work perfectly together. And that is Carnage. That's why Carnage is literally one of the hardest characters to kill, because he's so in sync with his symbiote that it's impossible to kill him. There's not a lot of spoiler. They did tease, the orphanage, which for those of you who don't know Carnage lore, I'm not going to explain it because that's a huge spoiler. They tease the idea that Carnage is connected to the symbiote really, really strongly, but not too much. Like, they didn't go too in depth to it. I didn't hear the voice. They showed the religious side of Carnage, which they've always done kind of neat little parodies of Carnage in most of the movies, or in most of the comics, where there's the Carnage USA series where they parody so many different American posters and they replace it with Carnage and just bloodshed and stuff. And I think that's what they're teasing for at the end of this trailer, which just I'm too excited. It's too sick, and I'm okay with this. Like, so I voiced it immediately that the moment Carnage is shown in the trailer, we have to begin a Carnage legacy, if you will, similar to Maximilian, dude. Max does a legacy for some of his favorite characters, or characters he just loves and enjoys to see, like Ken, Terry, Akuma, Dan. He's done legacies for these characters. Well, it's my turn to do a legacy again, because we did a Sonic one for a little bit. We tried to play as many of the classic Sonic games as we could. It didn't go very well, and for Carnage though, I'm willing to sacrifice so much Killer Instinct time, so many Killer Instinct streams, just to do this. The goal is to play every single game that Carnage is in. This includes the Lego games, mind you. And the goal is you have to get to Carnage at least and beat him. Or be able to play as him. If you can play as him, beat the game. And I think that's what we're going to have to do for this game, for this legacy. There's a lot of games to go through, chat. So, let there be Carnage.